it's like for all of its vapid stupidity, it's like the sort of going back to normal, buddy. Like you'll forget I'm even president. It's like that's fucking not. That's not looking so bad right about now. You know, just have a team of people who can sort of make coherent thoughts and just generally understand things and have those people do everything.
I mean, I don't even care if he dies right after winning, and basically, you know, Amy Klobuchar, whoever he picks for VP, just runs the show, and like they just pretend like he's still alive, you know, like Kim Jong-Un is doing right now. I don't know if he's dead or not, but
I mean,
if he is, they're not. They're hiding it.
Well, you know, if he is, then pour one out for the fucker. He didn't have a chance. Didn't have a chance, poor guy. 300 pounds of wet pork. Fucking, apparently he's like a really heavy smoker, which I think is hilarious because he's also like a god, you know? Like
apparently his sister is like one of the only people who could possibly take over from his family. And she's well known for like following him around with an ashtray, and he like ashes his cigar or whatever in the ashtray that his sister's carrying around. But apparently she went to one of the Olympics that was in the past year or two, where they kind of had like they tried to do some sort of like unification meeting or something.
Oh yeah.
And South Korea liked her more than anyone else that they've ever sent or whatever. So that was like good, you know, the Western world looked at that like, oh, this might be a sign for the future or something. But you know, I don't know. It could be an all-out like crazy town, you know, two factions warring it out with nuclear weapons. I mean, it could go really bad also.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
but hopefully it'll
just Jesus
simmer
Christ.
down.
I'm like, it's like, if that's the fucking inspiring news story.
Well, like, he's probably still alive though.
Sure.
I think he's just recovering. Because even South Korea is saying no, he's alive. Like he's just
yeah. I mean, I don't give a shit. Like that, it's like like this is what we have to play with now. This fucking like it's like like you know a weird despotic god king might be dead. Woo. Let's analyze, guys, because you know everything else that we talk about's a fucking just like bullet to the head level bummer. Even it's like that's the weirdest thing about like Trump is that he literally can't turn it off. He can't like it's like sir, so here is a fact. It is an undisputed fact. Even Republicans and the Fox News people know this fact. Do you have any comment on this fact? Well, you just have to get me, man. And which news do you work for? Well, that news sucks. Nobody even watches that news. Like it's like he's like a 5-year-old, and it's like just stop. God damn it! Like, dude, the amount of like wasted like life that I've spent just like mouth agape, like eyes bulging out of my head, like what just happened? Like who? No, wait a minute. I mean, that's not. He didn't drinking. What? Drinking bleach? Are you? Why would he do that? That's so stupid. It's like,
did you see the video, like the actual video of him saying that?
Yeah, no, and then there was people that were trying to say that, like, and granted, these aren't people that I know personally, right? But it's like there were people that were like, he wasn't saying to drink bleach. He was just like thinking out loud, man. And it's like, yeah. And it was like people would put like it was like the transcript of what he said, and it was like written down, right? And I read it, a couple times.
It's like a 7-year-old's like science project from.
No, it's not even that, because it doesn't even reach that level of like competence or like coherence, right? He literally, the thing he said doesn't make, if you read it, it doesn't make any fucking sense. It's like,
for some reason I've watched the video like 6 times.
Yeah, no, it's because everybody plays it before they talk about it,
I guess.
Like, and it's like I can't remember who it was, but somebody posted a thing that was like, that wasn't even the dumbest thing he said in that press conference. Like, that was, at least he wasn't, like, he didn't outright say, drink bleach, it's good for you. Like, here's the founder of the bleach company that I love. He is my favorite man. Like, everybody should buy this brand of bleach when you drink it. Like, it's like, he didn't do that. He did that with some other shit, though. You know, and it's like, dude, I can't even. My parents have been watching the press conferences, so every like couple of days, my mom will call me and just be like, I'm gonna drive to the goddamn and fucking. That's it. Like, it's like I've had it with this motherfucker. I swear to God, if your dad dies, then I'm going out in a fucking blaze of glory. And I'm like, Jesus, Mom, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, don't say this on the phone. And she's like, I don't give a fuck anymore. They can come get me. He did so well in 2016 and why he maintains his base so well. He's, at the end of the day, the only skill that he ever really has is in like basic like sales and self-promotion, marketing and promotion. And all that spray tan and swirling the hair around to make it look like he's not bald, all that shit.
is part of that. It's a presentation that he gives off, and he sells a particular viewpoint of the country that is easy to latch on to if you don't know a lot of facts about shit.
Or if you
but you experience things that he talks about. You know what I'm saying? He'll mention things and how like it'll have this effect or whatever, and then you're like, oh well, I've experienced that or whatever, but like you don't really know.
I got fired from my coal mining job 10 years ago.
Yeah, things like that, and it's like he's selling this particular viewpoint, and I think a lot of people when they approach politics, they're like, okay, what are you selling? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, am I going to buy into this? Like literally the term "buy into it." Are they going to buy into it? You know what I mean? That's he has figured out how to get a certain chunk of people, mainly right wingers, and
insane people.
Insane people.
No, it's just insane people.
Even some like suburban people. I mean, all kinds of people. He's just people who approach politics in this kind of like, all right, let's hurry up and get this done. What are you selling me right now? And they're like, okay, this guy's, he's got a presentation or whatever, and you know what I mean? It's like it's completely different than how it usually is.
Yeah,
because Hillary Clinton was exactly how it usually is. And
the other thing that I think is the one thing that I think is true, I think like people like Matt Taibbi really like hit the nail on the head with like it's not even about that it's like part of it is that he's this bumbling fucking idiot who says like ridiculous things, and it's like because it owns the fucking libs. It owns the libs. Owns them, right? And they've spent it's like whatever the Ezra Klein lib, right? Your standard like hushed tone NPR lib, right? Is
real lib
so fucking owned. Like so owned that even like the left, right, who would ally with the lib to defeat Trump, right, in ordinary circumstances, right, has disowned the lib, right? It's like even that's the like whenever like I hear some bullshit about like how something like Chapo or whatever is like it's like a pipeline like to whatever, like some lib will talk about like how something like Chapo that doesn't like whatever necessarily use or that doesn't think that wokeness is necessarily good, or that or that thinks it's performative, I should say, or like it is like sort of like they view it as like an alt-right sort of like pipeline, or like wolf in sheep's clothing type of thing. Like I've just heard of this. I've never heard anyone actually like have the balls to like say it, but apparently it's being said, and I just trust Chapo to be looking for things about themselves, right? Because why wouldn't they, right? But that thing, right? And it's like because there are a lot of people on the left who have like appropriated the Trump linguistic style, right? Because that's how fucking owned the libs are, and how shitty and stupid they're like whatever what's the meme, the female drone pilot like thing, right? That's how stupid it is, right? That even that it's like that now using words like cuck, right, or like like the failing New York Times or something like that, right? Like where it's like these are things that they came from the alt-right. They sure did, right? And but those are the things that are true. The libs are cooked. The New York Times is failing, right? Like it's like it's true. Like now not in the same sense that they think it is, right? But that appropriation is what gives the lib the idea that these are somehow the same, right? That like the Bernie bro and like the whatever the ethno-nationalists, because they ironically share a couple of like the turns of phrase, right? Now automatically they're the same because the lib, it has lost it. They're gone. No end is up anymore because everything they've held sacred is dead, and nothing says that more than just the resurrection of like the fetid corpse of Joe Biden, right? Just the bloated, dead, like seaweed in his hair, like corpse.
Well, hopefully this decade will produce more blockbuster hits for you. So, did you hear about like how Trump is like basically threatening to like not give any aid to the post office and like let the post office completely like fail basically?
Yeah, I did hear about that. And it's one of those things where like I feel like that would destroy the country, like on like a very bedrock fundamental, like it's like, because as fucked up as the post office is, and I know from the inside, right, like it's your mail goes out to get somewhere else, and then it gets to that location. Like hell or high water, the post office is functional at its one job, right? And like if Trump puts his stupid sausage fingers into that very simple, straightforward process, all hell's gonna break loose, dude. That will end, it will fucking put a huge, like, weight on the chest of all e-commerce. And
yeah, no, it's gonna change everything. Like the whole economy would change if
overnight, like instantly.
And it's like he's like, they lose money, every package they deliver and all this. Like,
that's not true either.
Not true at all. Like they are on a very limited budget, but they make enough money to operate, as in a non-profit type of way. But the problem is that because of the lack of like marketing mail that are going out and things like that right now, there's not enough money flowing through right now for them to, be able to keep up with all the like regulations as far as who they have to have paid and all this kind of stuff.
So the reason why the post office is failing ultimately is not actually Trump's fault. That was a Bush era regulation.
Right. Yeah. In 2006, there was like some sort of thing where they have to pay like 75 years into the future of like.
They have to fund their retirement 75 years or whatever, 50 years into the future, which is bananas.
You know what I think is really, really important for Joe Biden to think about when he's picking a VP, running mate?
How they're going to do when he dies?
Well, that's kind of the obvious one, but one that I've been thinking about is somebody who has experience in foreign relations, somebody who knows some of the other people who run some of the other countries and shit. Because Biden knows a lot of them, but he's going to call them all Jack and, get...
Well, he's going to forget what he's talking about.
Yeah, so he needs somebody who can be right there, who's like, oh, Mr. Foreign Prime Minister, I'm sorry,
which country am I in?
Trying to say is that blah blah blah. Like somebody who can kind of like make sure that the other countries know that we're like that things are going back to the way they were.
Right, and that
we're going to be trying to deal with people.
Yeah, or that hey, like if it's somebody that is good at conveying just this message alone, then fine, right? Where it's like, hey, look, we're really, really sorry about what happened 4 years ago, right? And
exactly.
we are taking the steps necessary to ensure that never ever happens again, right? But that's the thing, is that I don't think that any of these fucking assholes have the ability to carry that message with any water, right? They're trying to lose right now. It's like I have a very hard time believing that even if Biden wins and whatever lady he picks to be his vice president, whoever she is, in 4 years is going to be up against fucking some fucking bog slime that became sentient and crawled out of, it's gonna be fucking some goddamn it's hard for me to think of what could be worse than Trump, right? But whatever it is, it will be here in 4 years.
I'll tell you what type of person I think it'll be. I think it'll be a younger person, somewhere in the, like Millennial or Generation X, And I think that they will seem more like Trump's children than Trump's actual children. They will be little Trumps, basically.
Yeah.
But a little more coherent and everything.
Well, I mean, they gotta be more fucking coherent. I mean,
yeah,
Jesus
of course. But
Christ.
you know, but they're going to be like there's a couple of them that you already kind of see are kind of being groomed to be moved on up. Like was it Matt Gaetz? Is that the guy I'm thinking of?
Well, that's one of them.
Yeah, him.
But he's too stupid.
There's that Crenshaw guy with the eye patch, you know.
Oh, all right.
You know, these are like these kind of like celebrity cool guy Republicans, you know what I'm saying? Like those are the ones that they're going to be trying to push because they're like Trump disciples. They don't know any other Republican Party.
It'll be a Ben Shapiro guy.
Or some. I mean, yeah, he kind of fits in with that kind of.
Well, no, but this is what I mean by that is right that he'll be just as stupid as because if you listen to Ben Shapiro talk for any amount of time, right, the things he says, they're like well put together, stupid things.
Yeah.
Right. Like he's skilled at making something fucking ridiculous and stupid sound like it's coming from a smart person who's talking very fast and doing this
like it's the common sense position.
Yeah. And that will be the Trump, the next